Hi again, this is Tony from BesideTheFrontDoor.com. Want to talk to you a bit about your climate zones. Now it seems like it should be really simple. You're in a zone 4, this is what you can grow. Not as simple as that. All a climate zone shows you is how cold it's going to get in the winter. They show you the coldest regular temperature that you're going to expect. So it does come in handy for your trees, shrubs, and perennials to make sure that it is cold hardy enough to survive your winter. Do you remember that if you have a good snow cover, that will actually really help? So if you are in a zone 5 that does not get snow cover during the winter, sometimes you have much better luck even in a zone 4 with reliable snow cover, because that snow insulates it for plants that will be covered by the snow, perennials for instance. Now, one other thing to think about is there's so much more involved with what's going to thrive for you than just the cold that it's going to get in the winter. Annuals, for instance, they're usually not affected by the cold because you seed them or buy them in the spring and they're gone before the winter gets here. But they're things that thrive in some parts of a zone 4 and things that do not thrive in other zone 4s. I, for instance, moved from a zone 4 out on the east coast of the United States, and I moved to a zone 4 in the high altitude, dry mountain conditions in Idaho. And the things that thrive for me in zone 4 out east did not thrive for me out here. Now there's several things that has to do with. One is the elevation is a huge difference. We're up well over 5,000, I think over 6,000 feet above sea level where I am right now. And with that change in elevation, it still gets the hot, intense sun during the day. So it gets up in the 80s and 90s regularly, which is great temperatures, but the sun is so much more intense. So when you are reading plant tags and they say full sun or part sun, out here, because of the intensity, sometimes they can't take a full day of sun. You have to rely on local people who can tell you what's going to thrive and what's not going to thrive in that full, intense sun. Also, the temperatures get much cooler at night. It regularly gets down, even in August. When it's been 90 during the day, you'll get down to the 50s at night, sometimes even upper 40s. And that's every night. So that really slows down the growth of any plant that really likes those tropical temperatures. So I would grow a moon vine out east all the time. It'd get up 8, 12 feet tall, be blooming by the 4th of July, big white flowers. Out here it is August already, it's barely 12 to 18 inches high. It just is not liking those cool evenings. But petunias, for instance, absolutely love the temperatures. They are thriving, they are growing, and they're robust. Whereas out east, I was having trouble when it got hot. They kind of reacted to the humidity, and they just sort of dragged along and, didn't really look their best, but they are thriving out here. They love it. Plus, being the desert area, it is very low humidity. So other plants that I struggled with out east, such as hollyhocks, we struggled against powdery mildew and rust. They just never look their best. Out here they are magnificent. The cooler temperatures, they love that, so they've got nice strong stalks, and you don't have to worry about staking them. You don't have trouble with the mildew or the rust. It's magnificent. Also, hostas do really well in both areas. But again, with the elevation that we are here out in Idaho, where I am in Idaho in the mountains, the elevation so much closer to the sun is so much more intense. Even the sun-tolerant varieties out east cannot take the amount of sun out here that they could out there. Also, I was surprised by the tomatoes. I'm used to tomatoes getting, 5, 6 feet high, the indeterminate tomatoes in the zone 4 that I have been gardening in. Here, same tomatoes, thick stems, which are wonderful, barely need a tomato cage or staking until they really start to set and those larger fruit. But they're only about 18 inches, 24 inches high. So again, it's because of the cooler temperatures in the evening. So there's some good examples of there's so much more to think about with a gardening zone and what's going to thrive for you than simply what zone you're in. If you have more questions, please leave the comments below. If you found this helpful, please click like and subscribe, and we'll see you again next time.